Hello everyone, and probably this face sounds familiar as it's not the first time we're speaking right now. Mukhtar, it's been the first time we spoke. You were 50K funded, and we had a great conversation about, first of all, how young you are, what you're achieving, and at the same time, how you find, let's say, your purpose, your way of, what you want to do. So in this call, I think we have good updates. Right now, you are 200K funded plus you're going to be receiving a payout of, I'm not sure how much it was.
Around like 10 and a half, 11K.
11K, amazing. So in this call, we're gonna focus on what's been the journey for you to scale your accounts. In this case, it's prop firms, right? If I'm
Yes.
not wrong. So therefore, first of all, great to have you for the second time.
Yes. No, thank you. It's been really good, like the journey and everything, and just going from the 50K to 200K. It's been going really quickly actually. So it's really nice.
Amazing. So as you said, it's been pretty quickly. So let's dive into what were the factors, what were the things that you've seen that have solidified into your trading? So if we recap on your trading history, what were the issues or problems that you were facing before, and then you solved them up to the 50K? What are the things that have helped you now to scale on profit or account size?
Yeah. So from a technical perspective, I have started to become much more restricted and disciplined. I have started to like look at the higher time frame more and all of that. But outside the technicals in my like ordinary life, I have started to become much more consistent. I have a routine now that I follow every day. And not only that, but I have actually started to balance life much more. Back then, I would sit every day for 8 hours, 7 hours, just going through the course, the Q&As and all of that. But now I'm starting to, now when I know the basics, I've started to like spend much more time with family, sports, friends, and all of that. And combining life with trading and outside and like things giving me energy outside of training and then coming back feeling fresh and refreshed. I think that has helped me a lot. And also, of course, always journaling, improving, just finding my flaws. And I have had also amazing friends and the community also just telling me this is your fault. You need to improve on this because I don't see everything that I make mistakes on. And then just taking their feedback, working on it, have been helping me a lot.
Amazing. One of the things that we definitely preach, right? I think there's periods on your life where you definitely have to be locked in, right? And as you were saying, the moment that you join a new mentorship, you join a new place, there's a lot of information to digest here. So it is important to go through a period of like, I will say 6 months of fully locked in. I'm gonna take it serious. I'm gonna, digest all the information that I can. But once you start to see that you understand everything, I think everything needs to go back to the whole purpose that probably everyone does this for, which is freedom, right? Like you want to spend time with your family, with your friends, then go back to the charts, feel refreshed and recharged. So on a routine basis, right? You mentioned the balance that you're adding. Let's walk through a day on the life of Mukhtar. What is exactly that from when you wake up, timings, and how do you organize that day? That I think a lot of people are going to be interested because at 19-year-old, there's not many people being funded at 200K, and I know you will be on track for 1 million. So hopefully, interview three will come soon. So what is the day on the life for you when it comes into that discipline of becoming a successful trader?
Yes, of course. So every day I live in Stockholm, so I wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Just wake up, feel fresh and everything. Just join the Wojciech, the morning calls with Wojciech. Just see his analysis, my analysis. What can I improve? Like, are the zones matching, and our analysis are they matching? Then of course I trade London session from 9 to 10, 10:30, depends sometimes on how the chart is looking, if I'm staying or not. Then after that, I just go eat some breakfast, watch some TV, maybe a half an hour, 1 hour, just relax after the session, making me calm again.
Mhm.
I love to between London and New York, just go for a walk. I feel like walking like helps me a lot, just calm down and just feel refreshed. I go for a walk, maybe 45 minutes, just listen to, the trading, the Wakar trading podcast, anything like that. Trading psychology is just in my ears, just walking in the forest. It's really nice, just seeing the nature.
Amazing.
And hearing that, then I come back, take a shower, maybe read a book, 15, 20 minutes. I've been reading some books on trading, but also on discipline in life and so on. And then after that, maybe I eat something again. Then I join Harry's call, same thing again. Watch his chart, my chart. Are they aligning the coaches? What can I learn from them and all of that? Then I trade in New York. Then after New York, when I'm done at around 4:30 sometimes, I like to at this time of my family comes back from work, from school, and all of that. We enjoy a nice dinner together. Just have some nice family time for maybe 2 hours or something like that. Just speak, talk. How's your day? And, everyone's connecting. Then after that,
Mhm.
I love to work at nights. I feel like at night I get the most work done. So then I sit from maybe 7 or 8 o'clock to maybe like 11, 12. Just 3, 4 hours going through journaling my day, my emotions, maybe watch one of your dancing with price actions, and then doing it on my own chart and having you by my side and see how does Alex think, how does I think, can I see like what can I improve and all of that. So that's what I do. I sit for 3, 4, maybe even 5 hours sometimes, go through the charts, and then after that I just brush my teeth, go to sleep, and repeat again.
Amazing. Looks like a very similar day compared to myself. So I
Okay.
have a similar structure, but I will leave that one for another video, as today you are the center of the call. Aside from that, right? Like you have a I can see you have a very nice routine. You find your flow. You know when to go for a walk. You know when to spend time with family, at the same time when to work, and that's basically your schedule, and it looks very good. What would you say? How many trades do you average a week?
That's actually a good question. Like in the beginning I used to overtrade a lot, but now lately I maybe 5, 6 trades a week, I would say
Amazing.
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, more or less, you will average once a day, no, between London and New York sessions. Sometimes, of course, they will not have a trade, but on average, you're on something like that. And that's phenomenal, because it's one of the things that, as you already know, we try to say inside is like try to become a restricted trader, and more so when you're an intra-session trader. It's very easy to say you're a restricted trader when you're a swing trader and then you're just waiting for 15 days. But when you understand a bit more intra-session liquidity, it's also very easy to get drawn into the M1 craziness without purpose of logic behind what's happening in the market. So as you know, we incentivize people to go for 3 to 6 trades a week, three on the lower range, 5, 6 on the higher. So you are on that side, which also, of course, then depends to each person. And we can see that you found success on that. So regarding into your style of trades, the ones that you're basically doubling down to scale your profit, which one would you say are the models that you're actually using the most when it comes into what times of the day, if they have an inducement or no, is it come with a reversal or is a continuation?
Yeah. Like actually, like maybe 2, 3 months ago, you said something on a call that I try to think in my head every time. It's be with the momentum. So now I remember you said like most of the guys like they try to fight the momentum, always try to catch the reversal, the top of the move, but I always try to look where is the momentum, look for the momentum, look for retracement, and try to hop on that momentum. Just ride the wave to the upside. So
Hmm.
like especially when we have a vector candle to the downside, like a sharp push down, a sharp push up, and then for a slow retracement, and maybe that's another. Just follow, just basically just following the market structure, the momentum. I try to every day. That's why I reverse some. I don't like count, especially counter trend reversals. I try to a bit stay away from them because I just like to see where the momentum is, where the objective in the higher time frame. And one thing that I really like to look at higher time frame. Like back then, I would look at, yeah, we are sitting on a higher low on the daily time frame. We should go for a higher high. But now I really try to look at H4 daily. Did we run the previous H4 low? Did we run the previous daily low? Because if I can align myself with the higher time frame liquidity of the candles, I know that at least I'm gonna get a break even on most of my trades. So
Hmm.
that's what I see.
Amazing. You found very good success on that. And one of the things you say is right. There has to be ways for traders to realize what trades are playing on their favor, which ones are not. And when they're not, you will also realize, as you're saying, right? When you're catching a reversal trade, it can also be great, but you need to know exactly how to spot it. Because if not, there's a lot of times you're always going to be catching against the momentum, as you're saying, or the volume that is coming in, and therefore it's not going to be very good for your overall trade. And I think something I think I will say we do pretty good inside, and I think you're a great example of it, is the idea of how to catch that volume and momentum in your favor. That sometimes you'll be wrong, but a lot of times you'll be at least break even, no? And that gives you a lot of confidence when executing a setup, knowing exactly what to look for. So regarding the payout, what is your goals now with the not only the payout but itself? Are you gonna buy hopefully not a watch directly, but as you're pretty young, but what are your goals with the payout, but also with scaling your profit account?
Yeah, I actually thought about that a little bit. Maybe like my 11K payout. First of all, I'm planning to take my family out to a nice dinner. Maybe spend $1,000. Just take everyone out to a really like nice restaurant. Just celebrate, with my family. Just make them like just go out to have a good time with them. But at the rest of the money, I've actually like 50, 60%. I'm gonna reinvest it into other prop firms. Try to get max allocation with FTMO and Alpha Capital Group and all of them, like all of the prop firms. So I'm trying to just reinvest most of my money to buy other prop firm challenges and scale up to 1 million in funding, even though buying the watch and cars and all of that is nice, but I'm gonna try to at least stay away from them for maybe another year.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'll recommend it. I'll recommend it, even though when I was young, I also did some watches and stuff.
Yeah,
My first watch was at 21 or 22. So I think you still have 3 years to buy your first one. But yeah, in general, I think you're doing good. Good to reinvest that money into what you know can also pay dividends. You're also on good flow. So all these things of cars and stuff will also diverge you from the focus that you're having right now, which you gotta maintain that momentum, right, for the next 2 to 3 years to consolidate yourself as a trader too, as you're very, very young. But yeah, it's amazing to see. I know this one has been a quick call. I don't know if you want to add anything regarding like the technical aspect, the psychology aspect, or anything that you're working on, but on my side, it's all good.
yeah. No, of course, like the technicals, I'm still like, of course, I've come a long way, but this is just the beginning of the journey. Like I can still see many mistakes I make, like from a week to week basis, and I'm just trying to improve, like every day and all of that technical stuff, and just having the calls, just like the call we had yesterday. It's so refreshing to just look at your perspective and just hearing how we should think and like reconnect with that. So having the daily calls, and I think the Wednesday and Sunday calls, and with every coach and all of that, it feels great because you're always in line with focus. Even if
Yeah.
you like get out of path, sometimes you just like deviate a little bit, you quickly come back into the like correct way of thinking. Let's say.
Yeah, 100%. Like the reason why we've created all these infrastructures is because we know that as traders, it is a difficult job. I think there's other jobs that are even more difficult, but it is a difficult job because you need to have a lot of discipline and you need to become very good at making decisions. So, which sometimes, majority of people in life, they don't make decisions that correlate to money directly unless you're on your own company or you're on certain very high executive roles. Usually, like someone can make certain decisions but are very small inside of companies which they don't repercute to money directly or to their own money, right? So as traders, as you know, you're putting money now into the market that directly repercutes into the profit that you're taking or the account that you're having on your personal account. So 100% that comes with a difficulty, and now having like those systems that you're utilizing in place with coaches, with sessions, with I'm going a bit out of track, or I'm having a losing streak, and I have the ability to realign myself constantly with price action, with confirmation that okay, I made a mistake, but look the amount of people that actually took the good trade. That also gives reaffirmation inside of the pain that of course sometimes you can take the loss, but it also helps a lot on that journey. So Mukhtar, was great to speak to you again. Interview number two. Looking forward for the rest ones. And yeah, very happy to speak with you. I also know you've connected very well with some of the guys in the community, which you were on Airbnb last week, just studying price, looking at your trades over it, and that's great. That's the whole sense or purpose of having also a community. It's not just utilizing the systems, but being able to make friends and to connect with the rest of the guys. So it's been a pleasure again to have you, and the next one I know will be even bigger. So
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, thank you for having me here.